In a LEGO movie, if you want to see Harry Potter going through platform 9 3/4, John Wick surrounded by killers, Captain America throwing his shield toward Thor and Iron Man putting on his helmet face piece, then let's build them piece by piece. No CGI, only bricks. Now let's start with the Minecraft movie, the famous chicken jockey scene. The baby zombie was released from a box and dropped straight onto a chicken. Then he charged at Garrett, knocking him down. First, we've got the stage set up and we attach the box. Put the Steve minifigure on the side and Garrett facing the box. Then here's our chicken right under the box. So if I pull the trapdoor, the baby zombie literally drops onto the chicken. There's an axle under the stage, and as soon as the baby zombie lands, I can pull the axle to make the chicken jockey charge forward. But it's not as easy as it looks. If you just use a zombie minifigure and squeeze it into the box, you'll find it impossible to land on command. It just bounces around randomly. And the chicken doesn't move on its own, no matter how you pull the axle underneath. So we need this, a nice little magnet that fits perfectly into the gaps of LEGO bricks. That way, the baby zombie snaps onto the chicken and the chicken onto the floor. Now they can be easily maneuvered by your hand. In Iron Man 3, Tony Stark invented the Mark 42, which can be remote controlled. He caught the faceplate with a side slip and that moment became iconic. Now let's build this scene by starting with Tony's armor collection. These suits represent his progress and they make the perfect background for this moment. This is the base plate and I've done some building on it. The mechanism here will help the Tony minifigure pull off the stunt. When I spin the gear, you'll see the yellow beam start rotating, and when it makes contact with the black curved rack, it causes the black axle on it to spin. Let's start assembling the scene. I'm adding some cool printed pieces that resembles the workshop, placing the reactor on the workbench, setting some fire, and having Dummy put it out. Well, I also built this robotic arm that looks a lot like the rack in the back. And here is Tony's design station. With all the little props in place, I finish off this handle that acts as the trigger. And this is a customized Tony minifigure, and I'll be putting the faceplate on a transparent rod. 3, 2, 1, action! The faceplate flies to Tony, and when it approaches, Tony makes a side flip and catches the faceplate in the air. The position of the rack on the handle controls when and how long the minifigure does the flip. When carefully designed and fine-tuning, I can make the minifigure and faceplate snap together perfectly. In the movie of the Avengers, Thor and Iron Man were fighting when Captain America split them up with a shield throw, and that's the scene we're going to recreate. First, I need to create the shield's trajectory, and I want it to be a cycle, which means Captain America can do this all day. Now the red piece is rotating as it flies in a circle, and let's place the upper plate onto the gears. The second red piece will spin one full turn as the first one completes a round. Besides the mechanism, let's finish off the decorations. Here, I've placed two spots that can slightly turn. The fight took place in the forest, so we'll need a few nice looking trees. After putting the trees on the plate, we can bring out Iron Man and Thor. Then replace the two red pieces with Captain America and his shield. Aiming at the two minifigures, Captain is ready to strike. Captain throw, hit, Captain catch. You can see Thor and Iron Man get hit by the shield, it even makes them shake a bit. And the motion of catching the returning shield looks awesome too. Since it's a cycle, Cap can really do this all day. In the Spider-Man movie, the final fight scene is iconic. Spider-Man does a backflip to dodge the Green Goblin's flying glider, and Goblin ends up getting killed by his own weapon. Before creating this scene, let me replace the official Green Goblin minifigure with a third-party one, since it looks more like the movie version. Now let's check out the mechanism. Push this red knob and the black gear train powers on. If you look closely, you'll notice that the gear in the middle doesn't move, but the larger gear rotates around it. The transparent rod also moves along with the knob. To make the build look more like the movie, we need to hide the mechanism in the back. These bricks work great as broken walls and random plants around it. This will be the back wall where Green Goblin stands nearby with his helmet off. And here is our Spider-Man. We'll attach him to the black axle. As for the glider, let's mount it on the transparent rod. In this way, the glider is ready to ambush Spider-Man. Action! The glider comes in, Spider-Man backflips, and Green Goblin is finished. As I push the red handle, the glider on the transparent rod moves straight towards Spider-Man, but since he's connected to the gear train, it kicks into rotation and perfectly dodges the attack. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the ending scene where Spider-Man uses a manhole cover to smash the Rhino is definitely worth recreating with Lego bricks. So I'm building the base and I'm using this yellow beam to make it work. As I push it in, the red tooth piece starts spinning, just like the Spider-Man spinning in the air. I also design a lever and place it near where the Rhino stands. After adding some details to this heavily damaged area, I give Spider-Man his manhole cover and attach it to the web. The minifigure now replaces the red tooth. Just fix it onto the yellow beam and let's give it a try. Now Spider-Man is going wild, doing spinjitzu mid-air. Anyway, it looks good, and the Rhino is ready to get his butt kicked. Place him on the board, and Spider-Man will knock him down, nice and quick. If you are wondering what the lever is for, just watch this move in slow motion. You'll see the hit might not be strong enough to knock down the Rhino, and that's what the lever is for, to make sure he stumbles. Every kid who has seen Harry Potter is impressed by Platform 9 3/4, and now let's see if we can help Harry Potter pass through the wall built with Lego bricks. This is King's Cross Station, and it's being renovated with Lego bricks. Let's put everything together to make it feel just like the scene in the movie. Now, if you look at the black plate in the middle, well, that's the wall for Platform 9 3/4. Passing through it leads to the magical world, and Hogwarts Express has arrived. Now, Harry only has 10 minutes to catch the train. When he gets to the wall, will he make it through? With a swoosh, the Harry Potter minifigure pierces the Lego plate and reaches the other side. In case you didn't catch that clearly, let me remove some bricks so you can see. He really did pass through. So how did that happen? I didn't edit the clip. What I used is a Lego pullback motor underneath that spins Harry so fast you can't even see what's going on.
Now, who'd like to come and say hello?
After Harry went off to school, he learned how to greet a hippogriff.
Well done, Harry, well done.
But the other students didn't exactly enjoy that class. Alright, let's build this awkward moment for Harry. This is the outdoor classroom, and since this also happened in the forest, we need lots of trees. Here I am presenting 3 creative ways to build a tree. In these ways you can make the tree feel fluffy, a lot more vibrant than traditional ways. Now Harry and his classmates arrive for class. They're lined up for now. And here is Hagrid, ready to teach us about the hippogriff.
That, Ron, is a hippogriff. First thing you want to know about hippogriffs is that they're very proud creatures, very easily offended. You do not want to insult a hippogriff. Now, who'd like to come and say hello? Well done, Harry, well done.
As I turn the red knob, Harry's friends instantly step back, leaving Harry in front of the line. The next scene I want to make is the poster of John Wick movie. To recreate a scene where John Wick is surrounded by a bunch of killers, I need a base mechanism that motorizes the attackers, so it feels like they're all closing in and pointing their weapons at him. So I designed this octagon base with all the gears interconnected using universal joints. After fitting the gaps with wedge plates, we're ready to deploy the killers, each one aiming straight at the center with their weapon. Now let's bring in the John Wick minifigure and place him at the center. He is surrounded, and when we push the rack, all 8 killers step forward and aim at him at the same time. This is a very faithful Lego version of the movie. The last scene I want to build is Thor smashing through Thanos' army with Stormbreaker, and the earth shattering as he lands. This is the mechanism base, and let's take a look at the bottom part first. This triangle-shaped piece acts like a chisel. When I turn the knob, the chisel rotates toward the small rods and pushes them upward as it moves forward. The small rods are connected to the tiles on the floor, so as they move, the floor tiles rise and fall like earthquake waves. Now let's give Thor a third-party Stormbreaker. It looks way better than the official one. The top part of the mechanism is used to help Thor perform his attack. It lifts him straight up to the sky, and then he smashes down. Let's finish up with these lightning pieces as decoration and bring out Thanos monsters. Bring me Thanos! As Thor smashes down, the monsters are knocked off, falling from the board. The lift mechanism has an intricate design. Thor starts in a vertical pose, then shifts to horizontal as he strikes.